And as soon as you ignore me and don't want to answer questions about how he met with the financer of Osama bin Laden before and after President Bush's election, we're going to go after you. And that's what we did in our YouTube video that's gotten, thousands and thousands of hits on YouTube. Where we
Look, stay there. Let's finish up on the other side. Also, up on Infowars.com, we've got some key info.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Hello, this is Alex Jones with some important questions. If you're going into a battle and they give you a rifle and a sidearm, how much ammunition do you want? My answer would be all I can get. In the battle for freedom and the lives of your loved ones, food is your only ammunition. How much do you want? When do you want it? Now or after the battle starts? When will you need it? Can you buy it without proper identification? Will there be any food? Will it make your children sick? If there's a quarantine and you can't feed yourself, will you go to the gathering center and be immunized? You wipe out all these problems if you have a good food supply. Food is your ammunition to fight for your freedom and your life. How much will you need? We don't know. How much do you want? All you can get. I'm Alex Jones. I want all of you good guys to live to fight another day. Call 1-800-409-5633 or check it out on the web at efoodsdirect.com. Again, that number, 1-800-409-5633.
With the implementation of Codex Alimentarius, it is clear that we must act quickly to avoid losing our freedom of choice where personal health preferences are concerned. As of January 1st, 2010, Codex Alimentarius was implemented within the European Union, resulting in the restricted sale of many natural supplements, including colloidal silver. We must take immediate steps to assure a continuing supply of colloidal silver for ourselves and our families. Act now to acquire the means of producing this beneficial supplement in the privacy of your own home. Colloidal silver is a powerful antipathogenic used for more than 200 years as a natural alternative to costly drugs and their dangerous, unpredictable side effects. Go to www.silverlungs.com for more information on how to secure your freedom of choice by producing your own colloidal silver right from home. That's www.silverlungs.com. Silverlungs.com.
Oh, my sinuses! They feel like they'll explode.
Sinus pressure, sinus headaches that keep you up at night. You've struggled for years. You've tried everything to get relief, but your sinus distress just keeps coming back and robbing you of the healthy life you deserve. Sound familiar? Well, you're not alone. Statistics show that 37 million Americans suffer from sinus distress. Fact is, 67 products merely treat the symptoms and don't get to the cause of your sinus problem. Now there's a solution that's safe and doctor recommended. Sinofresh Homeopathic Antiseptic Nasal Spray. It's the only patent-protected nasal product that antiseptically eliminates the known causes of your sinusitis. No alcohol, no rebound congestion, no drug interactions, and easy to use. Don't go another day just treating symptoms. Take control of your sinus health now and get Sinofresh Homeopathic Antiseptic Nasal Spray and get the relief you deserve. Go to buysinofresh.com. That's B-U-Y, Sinofresh.com. Or call 888-906-3636. Breathe easy. Breathe free. Get Sinofresh today. It works.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
You know, I'm pretty good friends with Jesse Ventura, and I never even call him. Generally, he ends up calling up asking how I'm doing or his crew does. I'm going to be a consultant on his second season of Conspiracy Theory, and also I'm going to appear in more episodes. And I need to reach out to these people because I get so busy, years just flash by. It happens to everybody. Willie Nelson, I haven't talked to Willie probably in about a year on the phone. He called me about, 2.5 years ago. They said, Willie Nelson's calling here at the office. He lives here in Austin. And I'd met him once at one of my film screenings. Here comes Willie Nelson walking up. And I said, I'd like to interview you sometime. And he said, yeah, sometime we'll do that. And I just gave him my number. Then about 6 months later, he called me. That was at an Endgame screening. That's how long ago that was. And then, of course, he came on the show and went public for 9/11 Truth. I didn't even intend for him to do that. I guess that's why he wanted to come on. Well, he was on Larry King Friday night. I just learned this. It's up on prisonplanet.com. And I want to play this after Luke leaves because Larry King says, well, the buildings fell because they were hit by a jet. And Willie had just said Building 7 wasn't hit by a jet. And the government now admits it did fall at free fall. You can see the blast points. It's so incredible, folks. I mean, they blew up Oklahoma City. The former head of Air Force Weapons Development went there. There were columns further back in the building blown out with blast points on them, and Parton went over and showed from the photos the perfect blast points. I mean, it had demolition blast points on it. And they used Controlled Demolition Incorporated to come in and destroy the wreckage and haul it off under guard. And the same thing was done with the wreckage of 9/11. Going back to Luke Rudkowski, folks, if we let them kill Kennedy in broad daylight in front of us, if we let them carry out 9/11 in broad daylight in front of us, this private global corporate group that runs our country, they're going to steal our pension funds. Now they're saying that's what they want to do. I read documents 6 years ago where they were getting ready to do it. Now they're saying they're getting ready to do it. They're not going to give us any quarter. They're not going to back off until we finally grow up and admit just how evil this elite is. Luke Rudkowski.
I mean, the future that we want for this country and for ourselves and for our lives is in our hands. There's nothing stopping us but ourselves. So we have to believe in ourselves. We have to fight for ourselves. Holding little community town hall meetings like we do here in New York City every Saturday is very critical, reaching out to the community. We're also raising food for the homeless. We're going to be feeding the homeless. So anybody coming to the premiere of Police State 4 this Saturday, please bring food here in New York City. It's about being the change that you want to see in this world and actually doing it. Not just talking about it, but doing it and playing an active role in your community and just going out there and living life. This is what life's about, doing the right thing. Not about being evil, not about trying to start eugenics and kill people. You know, we have to literally wake up and do the right thing, and there should be nothing stopping you. There is no fear. There is no hate. There is no anger. There's only love. There's only consciousness, humanity, and dignity that we should look forward to and move forward with.
And if there's any doubt this government stages terror attacks, it's not our government. It's illegitimate. Look at how they're framing the patriot movement, saying we're calling for violence and that we don't like black people with no evidence. And then we catch them posing as Nazis at our rallies to make us look bad. That's only a microcosm of the bigger picture. They're the bad guys. They have to frame us as the bad guys.
Exactly, and that's what criminals do. They cover up their crimes and they try to point somebody else as the evil villain, when in all reality, the people who are fawning and doing all these false flags and doing all these provocateur attacks, they're the ones who are covering something up. So we have to see it for what it is, call out provocateurs, and make sure people know what we stand for and keep telling them. This is about an evolution, turning this country for what it should be, starting again from you, for and by the people. And we could only do that if everybody in this country takes charge of their lives and does something positive for themselves, for this world, for this community. And it starts with you listening right now, sitting at home. What can you do? How will you live your life that will...
Okay, here's an example of what you can do. Here's an example of what you can do. Luke, in the film Truth Rising, the DVD available at Infowars.com, people need to see this. It's all about WeAreChange and 9/11 Truth. Just one example of the Hart-Rubin Commission head, Gary Hart, top globalist, and he wrote a letter to Iran saying, our government will stage terror attacks and blame it on you. You better do what we're saying. And then when you went to him, WeAreChange, with the letter, he tried to deny that he'd written it till you gave it to him. And he said, okay, I did write it, and then admitted it. See, if you can't even address them as an adult to an adult, they won't even take you seriously. They automatically lie to you until you say, look, I know who you are. Then they'll have a real discussion. I mean, that's how dumb they think we are. He wrote a public letter basically admitting they staged 9/11 and that they'll stage more events to Iran, thinking we're so dumb. That's what Bill Clinton did Friday on Larry King Live. Or not Larry King Live, it was on CNN with Wolf Blitzer. He basically said, gee, I hope there doesn't have to be another terror attack to shut up the Tea Parties. That's an open threat. They're going to do this and blame it on us. Luke Rudkowski, tell folks about the Gary Hart incident.
The Gary Hart was a beautiful confrontation where he actually lied and denied saying that the U.S. government would do a false flag to get into a war with Iran. He said he never wrote a letter. And then Brian Kenny, WeAreChange here, brought out the letter and read it to him. Actually read the letter to him when he denied that letter even existed. People could go see that video on YouTube now. And then he just pretty much admitted and said, yeah, I'm pretty much saying that the U.S. government would do something like a false flag to get in a war with Iran. Those are his own words. And he tried to lie about it. He tried to lie about his New World Order comments. We asked him what it meant.